Hello and welcome to some more Gone Home. So, the last thing we did in the previous video is we found some papers that when put together make a combination, and we are going to see what that combination opens. We have two different things that require combinations. So, first thing is first, let's see this note here. 0, 50, and 1, property of Sam. Okay, so let's just open the thing in Sam's room. 0, 50, 1. See what we got inside here. Okay, we got a key.
Lonnie came over today, but everything was different. She was sitting at my desk chair, and she wouldn't look at me. Finally, I asked her what was going on. She said she felt like she'd done something wrong that night in the city. Like I must think... But I said no, there was nothing wrong. I just wanted to say... But I couldn't find the words. I felt like I was gonna cry, but I wasn't sad. She got up and sat next to me on the bed. I looked at her. Lonnie, do you think you could ever... And that's when she kissed me.
I don't think we ever looked in here. The King's Labyrinth, Chapter 2, Fraying Threads. Captain Allegra, still in her flowing skirt and sturdy jerkin, descended the single shining thread into the lower cavern of the labyrinth. She and the first mate, on their own now, grew closer to their goal, the throne room of the dead immortal king of the island. The first mate slid down the line onto the first floor. She swept chalky bone dust from the front of her canvas trousers and looked up at Allegra. The silken thread, nigh unbreakable thanks to the enchanted moss that inhabited the island, trailed behind, leading their way back to the entrance. From further into the labyrinth, a moaning began to echo. The moaning grew louder and clearer. It turned into words from some ancient language they could not understand. The king's cursed voice. The hairs on Captain Allegra's arm stood on end. She looked back at the first mate, whose eyes remained locked on the blackness of the passage for a moment too long before noticing the captain's gaze. The first mate nodded silently. Following the king's ghostly song deeper and deeper into the labyrinth, they came upon a rocky gap spilling forth otherworldly blue light. The great basin of the dead king's throne room lay below. Skeletal in rotted robes, the king was hunched over the blue orb topping his royal scepter. Shadows of his bony fingers danced on the walls like ghouls. As he sang, wailing souls floated one by one through the cracks in the cave walls, pulled into the orb, causing it to grow brighter and brighter. Behind the king, a long staircase I think that's what that says, from rock led down into the chamber from a passage at the top. Allegra said, "We have the advantage in numbers. I will draw his attention and then you," but the first mate interrupted. "No, I am smaller and quicker, and you know of dealing with mystic energies like these. I will circle to the other side, get the king's attention, and lead him on a merry chase." She held up the silk line. "All traced by this invisible thread, of course." Allegra said, "It's a good plan, but perhaps we should go together." The first mate shook her head. "You know this is our best chance. Don't be afraid for me." They grasped hands and exchanged 3 tight squeezes, their palms growing warm. The first mate tied the shining thread to the belt of her trousers, gave a quick salute and a wink, and dashed off. Allegra waited, staring vigilantly across at the top of the stairs where the first mate was to appear. The king continued his... Wait, no! No! The singing stopped. The king turned and began walking up the stairs. Allegra wanted to call out, to do anything to stop the first mate from running headfirst into danger. She tried tugging on the line to signal her. No use. The king was nearly at the top of the stairs when the first mate burst through the passageway. She skidded to a stop. Even from across the yawning basin, Allegra could see the first mate's eyes grow wide. She turned and ran. Summoning his undead power, the king left the ground, levitating, gliding behind her with distressing speed. From some dank passage much too far away, Allegra heard the first mate scream. She was already running towards the sound. The line in Allegra's hand went taut, then shuddered. It fell, slack to the stone floor. As Allegra ran, she was gathering line, twisting it around her arm. She came to its end. The unbreakable thread dangled limply, its end shredded and frayed in her hand. She tossed it to the ground and ran. I gotta say, Sam is a pretty good writer. Ooh, board game. Got your number. Okay, cool. Oh, is there a note in here? Oh, book. Another Holly Bibli. There's so many Bibles in this house. Yeah, I don't think I checked out that room before. I looked at all that, I looked at all this. Looked at that. Looked at that. I'll be responsible and I'll turn the lights off. Already got scolded about it before, so... Alright, so we have a key to the basement, but we also have not been to the attic yet. And since we're upstairs right now, I think we're going to check the attic first, before we check the basement. And that was a waste of our time, so let's go to the basement. God, I really hope things work out for Sam and Lonnie. I'm getting a little bit nervous that this story is not going to have the happiest of endings. But I guess that's what we're going to find out. I think the basement was over here, I'm pretty sure. Excellent. You know what? I'm going to leave that open just in case there's a ghost down here. Get some light in here, please. Alright, let's start over here. A random bag of chips. Just sitting on the floor of a basement. Totally normal. Dear Samantha, I would like to cordially thank you for having me to your abode for the Thanksgiving holiday with your lovely family. I enjoyed the flavorful potatoes, and also it was weird being around your parents for that long, but it was pretty funny how impossible it is for your dad not to be awkward for more than 30 seconds at a time. Very cordially yours, your close friend and confidant, Lonnie D. And there is a picture of a fancy man, which looks like the Monopoly man holding a chicken. Dear Miss DeSoto, allow me to take this opportunity to thank you in kind for being such a gracious host of the festivities at your father's estate, following the aforementioned meal with my parents. Your family's Thanksgiving feast was the more enjoyable of the two events, I must say. I especially appreciated the time I spent with your grandmother, who was a lovely woman with sterling taste and a refined air. Let's do it again, same time next year, shall we? Indeed, Madam Samantha Greenbrier, Esquire. God, I love these two. They're so weird, I love it. This is like... I don't know. To be able to be, like, weird with people like that is like... And for other people to, like, accept your weirdness is just... I don't know, it's the coolest. S plus L. Oh.
It's different now. I mean, we still hang out all the time like before. But now when no one else is around... Well, you know. So you could say we're dating. But it's secret. Secret dating? I don't know. I mean, I guess that's the real difference. Now when we get off the phone, or go home for the night, or it's just quiet and we're alone, we say I love you.
One of my old sex ed assignments. Hey, this looks familiar. You can see Katie here is not as creative as Sam. We saw Sam's old assignment in one of the previous videos. She made a whole story out of it. It was really interesting. I was fixated on reading that there, sorry. Yeah, it was just really, really cool, really fun the way that she wrote a whole story around the menstrual cycle for women. Alright. I mean, not much to see here. It's a furnace, I get it. Yeah, okay. Storage stuff. This is a really big, creepy old house. Dear Samantha, congratulations. I am pleased to inform you of your admission to the creative writing track of the Reed College Summer Program for young scholars for its 1995 session. We believe you have much to contribute to the Reed College community. Based on your portfolio and academic record, I am pleased to offer you financial aid to cover 75% of the program's tuition and fees. The attached documentation delineates your schedule, optional secondary track choices, and your dorm assignment. Please remember to submit the attached form if you wish to be eligible for one of the 3 Reed full-time scholarships to be awarded to exemplary students at the end of each summer program. We very much look forward to your attendance, and congratulations on your admission, blah 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 blah.
I'm so stupid sometimes.
Oh,
I was
God.
telling Lonnie that I got into my college summer program thing, and I was all making plans like, you should come visit me, stay in my dorm room. But she said, Sam, I ship out on June 6th. I was like, ship out? To where? She said, to basic training. What did you think I was doing all that ROTC stuff for? I guess she's been planning to join the army right after high school since she was like 12. And I guess she's really going to do it. So I was like, after graduation, I'm just never going to see you again? She said, let's just have fun while we can.
No, I really had a feeling that this would happen though. As soon as it started clicking that she was going to go to college, I'm like, oh god, they're not going to end up together. And then I forgot that this other one is a little army brat, so of course she's going to go away to the army. Oh, wait, what happened to Grandpa's portrait face here? Oh god. My heart. My poor heart. There's another one of his books. Oh, there's a letter on the back. Wait, I can't read it. Let me go into the light. I still can't read it. Dear... Oh my god. Dear Terrence, thank you for sending along a copy of your newly published book. An author's first published manuscript is a momentous occasion. I read it this afternoon. I certainly recognized my son in the subject matter. An author's work is the externalization of that which he holds dear, and that which he fears. And in this respect, I believe your work was very successful. But the lens through which the personal shone was needlessly clouded by genre cliches and implausible dime store science fictional Dea ex machina. The great authors speak of their life's milieu in clear and honest tones, the lens crystal that refracts their thoughts without distortion. I congratulate you on surviving the great ordeal that is publication, and rest assured that readers of your chosen genre will lap up copies hungrily, but I urge you to shed artifice. You can do better. With a father's love and encouragement, Richard Greenbrier, PhD. Okay, so I guess, oh, now I can pick up the letter. Okay, yeah, so Granddad wasn't very happy with Dad's chosen line of work, which is really unfortunate to not have your father's approval like that, which I guess maybe is why the face is torn out of that picture there. Ooh, this is a big old basement. Lots of newspapers. Hidden room. I want to check out that other door first. Doesn't look like there's anything there. Oh, here's a book. Okay, let's see what this book is. Mason's Pharmacy, 1960. Oh, is this the old man that used to live here? Remember we found his obituary? And I think, so this was his house. And the dad in this story is his nephew. Oh, man, this is getting very complex. Hey Sam, I'm writing to you from Multnomah Falls. I've been there. It's a nice waterfall. I'm here on a stupid class trip, which is stupid because it's March, and I don't know if anyone running this school has been to Oregon, but it's cold and rainy as shit in March. Wish you were here. Oh wait, you are here because I'm writing this to you in the gift shop. Oh, something, have you something, from Lonnie.
They tell you to stick with the group on field trips, Katie. There's a reason for that. Lonnie and I snuck off on the side paths at Multnomah Falls and got a little lost. Okay, a lot lost. Like, for hours. Right before the bus left, we found a trail and came running down the path, soaked and covered in mud, shouting for the bus not to leave. The school called home. Mom and Dad said, "You didn't get into trouble like this before you met that Lonnie girl." But I don't think they know about us. The kids at school, though, I'm really afraid that's a whole other story. Stick with the group, Katie. Stick with the group.
Dear Sam, I'm so happy you like the drawing. I was thinking of us when I drew it. I knew you'd be able to tell. You'd love Mexico, I think, probably. The nature here is totally different than back home. I keep thinking about Allegra and the first mate lost on a mysterious island where even the plants are out to get them. And then I think of them together, out there in the wilderness together. And I start thinking of you again. I lie here in bed and I can almost feel you. I've been trying to save it up for when we're together again. I haven't done a good job, okay, but I tried. Okay, enough about that. Your last letter got to me the day before we started driving back north. We'll be racing this letter home. If I get home first, we can read it together. And yes, I'm taking tons of photos. We'll have to spend so much time in the darkroom. Lonnie. Again, why are there so many soda cans everywhere? It's like a drug. The first time was in my room in the middle of the night. I woke up and Lonnie was kissing me. The clock said But I wanted to read it! No! Game, that is not fair. I am an adult. I deserve to read what that says. Okay, actually, no, that's okay. I've read enough. Alright, game. You were right, I was wrong. Girl Scout. Set list.
Todd's band lost their singer. Todd said he sucked. Lonnie said he got sick of Todd's shit, and he was complaining about needing a new singer. So Lonnie was like, I can sing. And they were all kind of like, you can? And she was like, probably. But she's been rehearsing with them for like a week now. And I finally got to see them play in Todd's basement today. And she's actually really amazing. I feel so proud when she's on stage. It's incredible being in awe of someone you love. So everybody knows it's like a temporary situation till she ships out in June. But till then, I'm gonna be at every single show.
I mean, I guess that kind of is singing. So I can't remember now. Okay, so the whole right side of the room we couldn't get into before. Looks like there's a dining room, a greenhouse. Oops, pressed the wrong button. The kitchen. Okay, so just sort of regular stuff. So many hidden rooms in here. Scrap. Some kind of note there. I'm gonna take that out, and I'm gonna take a look in the light when I can. It feels like there should be something behind there. Okay, let's examine this in the light. Order... That just looks like a lot of scribbles, honestly. Looks like an order for alcohol? Because I think I see brandy and whiskey. We have a safe here. Don't know any combinations. So let's go back into here and see what is behind this bookshelf. Oh, maybe this goes up to the other side of the house, like the kitchen and that. Or is this... Got the cheerleaders from Sonic to one girl, just Jackie Kennedy. The Psycho House Girl. Coolest stuff about being the Psycho House Girl. Cool thing number 1. Everybody in the hall thinking you don't know they're looking at you, and whispering as you walk past because I guess they haven't heard of peripheral... Okay, it's just scrap. That's a lie to mom and dad's situation, but it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real and awesome, and everybody's moving together like one huge tide of sand. Okay, lots of pens, comic book, women outlaws. Cool. Okay, some drawings here. Why does it feel like Sam just knows all of the secrets of this house? Dear Miss Greenbrier, I appreciate the time and effort you put into writing your letter. It showed initiative and was well written, but it does not change my mind on this matter. While I understand that Miss DeSoto is a friend of yours, the fact of the matter is she defaced school property with profanity. The fact that she allegedly defaced her own locker in retaliation for another student doing the same to yours is immaterial. Well, that's not fair. As to your complaint that no other student has been punished for their part in this incident, the fact is that no guilty party has come forward, and there's been no convincing evidence as to who might have defaced your locker. In other words, there is no one to punish. I would suggest letting the issue drop, as it will only bring more unwanted attention on yourself, which I believe is what you claim began this whole incident in the first place.
I don't get Lonnie sometimes. Like, her band, and our zine, and her hair, and everything are all anti-authority. But I watch her in JROTC, and she's doing drills in perfect formation, following orders, no question. And there's all this stuff in the news about don't ask, don't tell. Like, she's going to join the army and then have to lie about who she is. She said they don't need to know what they don't need to know. Like it was no big deal. This from the girl who trashed her locker to, like, defend my honor. I've learned when to stop arguing, though. I don't think Lonnie even gets Lonnie sometimes.
Yeah, that is true. For being a very rebellious person, I don't know. It's just interesting that she's very, like, rigid with army stuff. It's very interesting personality-wise, I guess. Okay, where are we right now? Ah, we're on the other side of the house. And that's, okay, back to the main. Alright, well, I think what we're going to do is we are going to stop it here for now and examine this part of the house in the next video. If you are enjoying this video or this series, leave a like or a comment. Let me know. Also consider subscribing. And in the next video, we are going to check out this area and see where that leads us. But until then, have a good one, and I'll talk to you later.